bear with. There we go. We should be live. Should have audio. Good stuff. Now the game's got no audio in the menu, so that's fine. Just pop out the chat real quick. Pop it up. Seems fine. Has everyone got the picture and it's all working good? Just give me a thumbs up or something. Let me know. But I think we're good. Right, hang on. Okay, wicked. There you go. Cover my big head. Now I've got both chats up. Happy days. Okay, good. Yeah, looks like it's working. All right. Hope we're all having a good day today. I hope all is well and good within the hood. Okay, good. So we're covering 2 games today in a playtest. Both, I think, new to me. I think SecondSun I might have played, but then I might have just fired up a couple of times. It kind of looks familiar here, but I'm not sure. I do have a profile, so I'm pretty sure it's new though. So we've probably just gone in, tested it, and then sort of saved it, if you know what I mean. So we haven't actually played it. We're doing our main feature, which is Surroundead, which is a zombie survival along the lines of Daisy, but in a third person. It's like a, what's the word I'm looking for? Polygon, I guess. It's like a polygon, flat shaded surface type of game. It's really cool. Runs sweet as an art. It's going to be awesome. Without further ado, let's just jump in. Let me know if these sounds need balancing or anything as we go. I'll pop an intro, get Steam up real quick, and away we go. Cool. Right, okay. SecondSun is a high-octane FPS RPG with elements. Sorry, so it's an FPS with RPG elements set in an open world filled with intriguing landmarks, procedurally generated dungeons, hell yeah, and tons of loot. Explore the vast, picturesque map and use your abilities to save the Empire. That sounds very Star Warsy, and I'm sorry about picturesque. I am dyslexic, so it takes me a little bit of a while to sort of work words out sometimes. And prevent the world from falling into darkness. Mostly positive reviews. It's looking okay. It released in November of last year. It's by Grey Wolf Entertainment, so we're about, what, 6 months on release right now. Single player only, Steam achievements, trading cards, family sharing, Xbox controller support, and deck supported throughout. $16 game, right? $15, I'm down for that. Let's see. So in a sale, $10. $10. We've got 16 gigabyte RAM and an i7 or AMD equivalent, and the GPU is a 2060. So a quite easy game to run. That being said, let's check out SecondSun. Thank you for joining me. Your time is valuable and I'm glad you're spending it with me. Okay, good. Let's go continue. So what I've actually done today is increase the stream fidelity. So we're actually up to like 7,500 bits, which probably means nothing to anyone. But so if the quality of the stream is better than yesterday, please let me know. It's mainly when we're moving. Like when we're still, we probably look 4K. But when I move, it shouldn't go to pixelated or blurry. I can't actually monitor this on the fly unless I have my stream open. Right, okay, so far so good. I mean, the game's running really, really smooth. And it has a joltiness to the camera, which I think can just be removed by lowering the sensitivity. We just go to controls, turn the mouse sensitivity down by like just a bit. Gamepad center, it's got gamepad and it's got toggle sprinting, which is awesome. Save and apply. That's all I'm going to change. The standard settings are in the game. They are set to high, and that is how I'm going to leave it. Yeah, see now the joltiness is gone. It's nice and smooth on the left and right turn. Very good, very easy to do. And there we go. So we're going to talk to this guy. So he's Colonel Tyro. Okay. Okay, so exactly sure what expect to say. It would be nice to have voice acting. It looks blurry when you move. Okay, let's have a look at that. So when I move now, it's blurry, yeah? How blurry are we talking? Are we talking awful? Let me see if I can fire up my stream and have a look. Now you do have to have the stream on a higher quality, of course. If you're telling me that and you're running it on like 360 or something, then it's going to look blurry. So if I hit 1080 source, I mean, unfortunately I've only got a phone to test it. Okay, 1080 source. Looks great now. Let's try. So we're going to move. I mean, I don't know, at 1080 that looks pretty sick. I don't know if you guys, but it is on a phone, so I can zoom in a little bit and then maybe try. Tell you what, the latency is sick. Like, there's very low latency on my streams. Does it look blurry? Only when I move. I'm not seeing it at 1080. I think it's more the quality you've got it set out. I think you're getting a bit confused. So what it probably is, if you set the quality to about 480, you should have some blurriness, but not a lot. If you set it to 1080, you should be native. Exactly what I'm producing, you should get. But I don't think it's actually that bad, personally. Like, if it's at 160, the whole thing looks... You can test it, right? What do you think? So, did you put it to 1080 and have a look? Did it look okay in 1080? Obviously, YouTube is not the test. You want to do it for Twitch, because Twitch sucks. Twitch has the lowest bit rate that I can put out, which I think is about 6,000. Yeah, you did it, and it looks awesome now. So it is just... Let me check my settings as well, because I just want to make sure for you guys to get you the best looking thing. So if I go to output, I'm running at 7,500 on the stream, and I'm actually recording at like a massive amount, like 25,000. So you shouldn't have anything close to an issue. So it does. Okay, right. Okay, I'm gonna. Everybody says it's looking pretty sick. So I don't know. Okay, let's carry on. Right, where was we? So we've got a waypoint that's now opened up. Let's head in. It's called the New Dawn Meet Jericho, which was a really kind of mid-tier game on the Xbox 360 for those who are curious. Can you turn your mic up? I can. I turned it down yesterday because I didn't want it to get too crackly. The only thing I can really do is turn up the gain a little bit. That should be about right. Is it losing low volume voice, or is it coming out okay? To me, it looks okay, but the only thing I can really do is allow it to peak a bit higher, like this. It should be a little bit more bassy. Please, I've done it. You have to let me know if it works or not. So I did just notice going into tab, we've got a character select screen, we've got skills, we've got journal. Wish these pop-ups wouldn't come. Everybody knows what skill tree is. Codex, here you go. So there's the map. So that map is quite vast. Damn. Okay, plenty of places to explore and look at. We've got a skill tree, which it doesn't look like we have any skills at the moment. We can do grenade, assign the grenade. Okay, grenade assigned. Yep, cool. We've got soldier standing guard here. And away we go. I don't think we've played this. I think this is new. I was pretty sure it was new, but kind of looks similar to other games. Right, Eden's Rest. So that's your home base. That's your starting point. That's your go-to, right? So now we're actually into the crust of the gameplay, and we've actually just pulled out a massive gun. Yes. Reload snappy. Now this is an arcade shooter. It's a first-person shooter with RPG elements. So although it's not voice acted, which is a bit of a shame, it does have, maybe for better though, you know, today's standards and all that. But yeah, it has RPG elements, which means you've got a purpose to be shooting things, which is okay with me. Okay, cool. So today is really a test for me. If you guys could let me know overall what you think of the live, you know, as in quality wise, you know, we should be running at pretty much 4K right now. But it's being downscaled to 1080p 60 frames on both services. So I'm running at 4K, but you guys are getting 1080. So it should look better. And if the bit rate is high enough, you should get a nice constant stream at around 720. And it should look, so basically at 720, it should look about 1080. I'm trying to help you guys with the, you know, on your end, rather than myself as such, because I think if you can watch something at 480, which is my preferred choice at watching live streams, some live streams look like arse at 480. And yesterday we had the same problem what those streamers were having, where I just got capped in my frame rates. Not my frame rates, my bit rate. So my bit rate was capped yesterday, and only because Atom Live or whatever it is that I use to dual stream just decided to fuck with my settings behind my back. So it's fine now. I've got it sorted. So if you know, in my head it's sorted, but is it really? Okay, so we're going to go over here and we've got shiny things. I like shiny things. We've got some Erodium. Very nice. I can't, you know, for the life of me, get my head around this. I feel like I've played this before, and I feel like we played it on an early access. So we might not have actually got the full release at the time. Maybe we played a demo. It just feels very familiar. The RPG first person elements, the whole visual look of the game. But I will say it's running at a steady 60 frames, no dips or drops. It looks pretty nice. I'm enjoying the environment so far. The actual mechanics of the game feel exactly as any first person shooter should. So yeah, so far so good. Elements and resistance. Each weapon and skill uses certain elements: normal, light, ember, frost, and poison. So we've got different elements per gun, per ammo type, maybe. Okay, man's down. He's called in friends. Spray and pray. Boom, there we go. So if the game's too loud, I can turn that down if you want the voice balance right. I can't really go any louder with the voice, so if it's not loud enough, I might have to look into that. If you hear me bumming, you can hear me clear. Okay, so what was the problem then? It was just maybe a little bit quiet or what? So like when I shoot, if I talk, it should be still over the top of it. As long as you can hear me clearly over the top. If not, I'll turn the game down. Wait. Okay, we're in. It's all about the balance. Ooh, is that deer? Can we kill that? No way. I can shoot an innocent deer. Oh dear. Okay, sweet. Ooh, we got like sword slash. Hang on. I mean, that looks awful. I don't know what this is. This is ghosting like a motherfucker right now. That's crap. Look at that. I see the knife, but then it just ghosts everywhere. Okay, let's have a look, see what we can do in the settings for that. Now, there is two, of course, major options. TAA, which I prefer because I'm rendering my own frames. But the fact it's ghosting like a mofo without motion blur on tells me that they've got some witchcraft working under the system bonnet of this game. So if we go to native FSR 3, which I think is the highest they've released for my card, I'm on a 6090, so that might be the highest. I mean, FSR does get rid of some of that ghosting, but it makes everything else look washed out. Personally, I think that looks a little bit more washed out. But yeah, it's okay. FSR I don't actually dislike. It's more NVIDIA's DLSS that I don't like. But my gun now looks like trash. Look at these artifacts that's happening on my gun here. So if I now go back in and we turn that back to me rendering my own frames to a degree, because I don't know how this game's actually handling it, you'll see it's not as speckly, it's not as awful, and it feels kind of a bit more natural. Now if we go in, maybe that's a shadow issue. Let's have a look. So everything's set to high. Do we have shadows? We've got textures. We can go very high on the textures. I feel like some games nowadays are just like very high is just like the actual standard. Do you know what I mean? It works. It went worse. It went worse. I can see it through the screen now. So maybe turn to medium. Let's see how we get on with medium. Yeah, I'm not a lover of this graphical system at all. Is this Unreal 5? Because it feels Unreal 5. Everybody seems to be on the fence about Unreal 5. They either love it or hate it. Now, I don't dislike it. I just think it's done more of a disservice to this generation of games than a service. Let me just jump in and see what this game's running. I'm curious because what is on the back end? You know, what is this built in? It should sound Steam. Da, 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 da. They don't tend to boast about Unreal 5 anymore. That's the problem. So it's not as easy to find out exactly what they're doing. Now, they're a great company, you know, development wise, they've got a lot of experience. They made like the Railroads Empire games and the corporate games. They've made Blazing Sails, and what else did they make? Dead Season as well, which was kind of critically mixed reviews. But they have some sort of pedigree there that's not too bad. Let's have a look. So try and find out. SecondSun Unreal 5 question mark. Yeah. So it seems like SecondSun is built in Unreal Engine. And it's Unreal Engine 5, of course. So SecondSun is a game utilized by Unreal Engine 5 featuring fast-paced combat RPG elements in an open world and was released in November. It's just one of those. Unfortunately, the visuals are okay, but not great. They're Unreal 5. Everything looks the fucking same. You know, Unreal 5 just does what Unreal 5 does. So it is what it is. It does some things good, you know, like the bloom and the lighting's always good. Explosions always feel really epic, but it's just not getting the shadows right. It's not getting the whole fidelity of the screen. Like, I don't know why Unreal 5 feels washed out, why it just has no bang in it, you know, no thickness, no sharpness. It just seems like very meh. But so I'm going to TAA the hell out of this and hope for the best. So far, though, the gameplay is fine. It's just a generic first-person shooter with some RPG elements. What the hell has happened here? It would have been nice if that exploded with the barrel. Aye. Man down. Man down. So we're going to feature this game for around an hour today, and then we're going to move on to the... I've turned up my cameras too high. Then we're going to move on to the Surroundead, which is our main feature. The main feature runs 2 hours long, and we're going to test that game out, see what that's all about. It looks pretty cool. This game's not horrible. It just doesn't do things that you expect it to. Like these barrels, they don't break. There's no items inside, you know. That would be a nice touch. Shooting trees, and then the tree falls over. This would have been a nice touch. There's so much going wrong here that's just lazy. It feels lazy. And again, it's not a bad game. You know, it's a $16 game. So I'm going to bear that in mind in my review. There goes the grenade. Big damage. I reckon it's fun. Under heavy fire in a thick sort of pressure environment, it's probably really fun. I like the fact we can collect stuff, but again, there's no crafting element. I'd like to dig up my own resources, break my own, you know, trees with an axe maybe to gather wood resources. But also, if a grenade went off, you know, it destroys that environment. You know, it should affect my resource gathering and I should lose out because I destroyed the environment. These are design choices that just haven't been implemented, that don't really take that much effort, to be fair. You know, if I want this tree, like for wood, for instance, it would be nice to have a crafting element in the game where I go and chop that tree down, collect that wood, even if it's just for money later on, you know. But then if I throw a grenade and destroy all those trees, I should lose out that resource gathering element. They don't give you that wood. And I think just like that adds towards little bits and bobs to the gameplay that just make your game a little bit more worth buying and a little bit more fun to play. Okay, we're now on sprint. We're running as fast as we possibly can. My stream looks great. Hopefully it doesn't look too bad on yours. Let's see how we go. Now there is a crafting thing here, but I think that's just picking them up. Yeah, that's just the deposit. Just pick them up. I think they're basically worth a bit more than standard loot. Now, when you look at this game for $16, just as it's running right now, and then you look at like what we've spoke about with the new EVE Online first-person shooter, Vanguard, you can see why Vanguard didn't really jump out at me, why I am the person on the fence about Vanguard. It's a big AAA studio, and they've got very good pedigree, and yet they are doing very little with that game. Like, it seems like they're not lazy, but they're just not putting enough implementation into that game to make it really stand out. So, I mean, this game at $16 is pretty much playing around what Vanguard does. You know, i.e. it feels the same. The first person shooting is the same, you know. Popping in, throwing grenades, everything just feels very samey. And this game's $16 and done by a small team. With, you know, admittedly they've got some experience behind them, but it is done by a smallish team. And then you've got Vanguard, which is supposed to be held to a standard that's, they just cannot seem to get their shit together with that one. So hopefully, you know, wishing them all the best. Hopefully they can bring that back, you know, into some sort of limelight, as opposed to being buried under 50 different first-person shooters that came out that week. Okay, so we've got to go to the dungeon. I've got a dungeon door. It's around here somewhere. If it's on top of this, there's no way I'm getting up there. Maybe I'm supposed to go across this bridge. There's also a low ledge here, so maybe we have to... Okay, up around. Okay, this is cool. So you've got to negotiate the environment. It's not just straightforward, you know, run to A from A to B. Yeah, from A to B, it's literally built quite nice on different levels. Blah. I whacked Jericho with my sword. It did nothing. Thanks, I guess. Okay, so he's going to let us in. Jericho is a waste of time. I don't know what the point in having RPG elements is. It makes no difference what you do. Okay, again, so this is what I'm saying, right? Unreal 5 looks good right now. This looks good. We've got like mist and fog effects. It's got great lighting. It's got great textures. But it don't look any different to any other Unreal 5 game that you may play. So really you're going for gameplay. At that point, if all games look the same and all games feel the same, then what are we actually buying? You know, a first-person shooter that's generically the same as the last first-person shooter, because they were both built in Unreal 5. So what makes us want to buy them? You know, you've got to ask yourself the question, if you're going to help developers so much with so little talent behind the helm, you know, if I was given a toolbox of Lego, let's say, I might build something quite unique, quite, you know, imaginative. But if you give that same box of Lego to 6 different people, they would come up with their own versions of what they think's unique, and maybe a couple of them actually match, and maybe even 2 or 3 are identical. So then you're just looking at just the 1 or 2 people that can bring something new to the table. And this game brings nothing new to the table already, and I'm literally 10 minutes in. $16 is the only thing it brings, which is a budget price. And for that, you get what looks to be a generic budget shooter. Let's see. I would love to be proven wrong, of course. Over the next sort of 40 minutes, we're going to find out. Okay, so we've now got a travel point, so we can zip in and out of this cave as and when we want, I think, which is a good touch. If it's going to work like a roguelike, I could actually see myself playing this. Oi, oi, it's coming in close. Blah. Yeah, you got blacked. I'm on fire. Why am I on fire? How do I put that out? Jeez, it just goes out over time. So we took burn damage right now. What in the goat are you? That's supposed to happen. Okay, we got battle damage. It's not too bad, you know. It's not the greatest I've ever seen. It ain't no Soldier of Fortune, but it kind of works. Get some. Ooh, there it is. Bounced off his noggin. Yeah, this feels awfully familiar. I'm sure we played this, but at the same time, I've completely forgotten about it and having a great first impression right now of the gunplay. There's no aim down sight. It's just spray and pray, but it's accurate. Okay, I'm messing with this. This is good. In your face. Undefined belt. So can we now equip these? Let's take a look. So level up my skill. Assign that skill. It's now on number 1. Not active yet. Tap. Here we go. Yeah, so this is what's going to draw me in personally. This has MMO elements. So as I'm picking up different items, you can actually inspect the items, which is a really good touch. It's got different stats for each one. So if I drag this across, there you go, just click it and boom, it's done. We've got a blue helm. And this one says that we need to identify it. So how do we do that? View in the details. So defense is unknown, but it's level 2. Can't actually equip it until we reach level 2, so I think that's all it is. The question mark just means level 2. Yeah, okay, I like this. So you can auto loot, you can drop loot, you can gather new loot, and it does feel like a roguelike, but it's not advertised as one. It's advertised as a FPS RPG, which is weird because the story elements definitely are not the selling point. I think the replayability is going to be the selling point for me. Just jumping in, having a bunch of fun shooting stuff, collecting items and leveling up. And again, the visuals are not bad by any means, you know. Unreal 5 definitely has its fors and against. There we go. Second level, let's roll. Now we've got some particle effects. More smoke and fog. What the hell was that? What was that? Okay, sound like crab people about to come at us. It's got atmosphere. If you like the game now, to let me know. Definitely hearing things. I think it's possibly cracks and stuff in the work of the building. Jesus, a whole bunch. There's a whole bunch. Spider people. Get some. I like the lighting effects from the gun. That's really nice, especially when you're close to a wall. Not bad. Grenade out. My grenade goes further than her Dawkins. Okay, I have not taken any damage right now. Overall, we're doing okay. Level 3. Come and hit me in the back, Jack. Whoa! That thing was stuck to my ass. Okay, let's switch it out. Let's have a look. So we've got... Ooh. Superior sword. Not just any sword. Let's go ahead and equip those. Got an axe, which is better than the superior sword. We've got better melee. a better ranged weapon now. 415 damage. I still can't equip this belt with a question mark, so I think we've got to somehow study that. My secondary weapon is now superior 2-point pistol. We'll give that a go. Ooh. I've got barrier bros. So I need to rekey all these buttons to have more fun, for sure. But this gun looks awesome. Yeah, boy. See, now it's starting to stand out on its own 2 feet. It's given me a lot more than most generic $15 first-person shooters would do. And the visuals to boot, just selling it to me. I'm feeling it. It's got atmosphere. It's got, like, I wouldn't say drama, but it's got that roguelike, you know, let's just go ham feeling about it. Which begs the question, why is this not just an outright MMO, you know, roguelike? That would have been a better way to describe this game. Man down. Although this gun's more powerful, I'm not really feeling it is. L3 gains. That was a well-placed grenade. I like the fact when I defeat enemies, they don't respawn. They're not keep constantly coming at me. So I do feel like you get a nice little break in between combat. There's too many things knocking around here. That down. Reloads, nice animation. Quick and easy, arcade feeling. And we are out. Now we've reached the door, they have definitely increased the amount of hordes coming at us. Yeah, so far so good. Headshots do more damage. I actually killed that guy by bouncing that grenade off the wall. So good. I'm starting to develop a smile. I can feel my face cracking. Get some, get some, get some, get some, get some. Oh! Smacked in the chin. Or chops, if you like. Last travel point or last safe zone. Let's go travel point. And we've still got all our loot, so that's nice. That does feel a bit cheesy, you know. I don't really want to keep my loot. I think they should take it off you and drop it. And if you die while trying to get it back, like that whole like Souls-like, then you lose your loot, do you know what I mean? But anything you've got equipped actually on your person should stay. I feel like that would heighten the risk reward system. But yeah, I mean, it just works. It's pretty good. I like the fact you can inspect all of these weapons. That's really nice. This one's 481. That one's 415. Let's switch that one out. Tangled Vault. Let's go. And my gun's got a pipe on it. Not really sure what it does. Probably sucks the smoke away. The guy was he had this exploding barrel in his hands. Want some? Wow. What's happened now? What in the world did I press? Z. Z brings up a map. That was nice. The game is fast enough for me not to talk about the loot I'm picking up. The loot over on the right hand side, it just keeps going, boom, boom, boom. Every time I'm taking things down, and there is a lot coming at you at once, you're just getting loot, 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 which is really cool, but also feels a little bit sort of arcadey. So it's going for that quick vibe. Again, why this is not a roguelike, I do not know. There was certain design choices here made for whatever reasons. I personally would have made it a punishing roguelike, so that you have to replay over and over again and just take the loot that's actually equipped with you if you die. Again, a Souls-like sort of gameplay style. But at the minute, it doesn't seem very much. There's no risk now. Like, as I die, I keep everything. So I can just keep on pressing on, you know, getting good as I go. Which, again, kind of feels like a roguelike, but it's not, because it's actually on, like, easy mode as such. But for the generic feel of the first 10 minutes of the game, I can let that go now, because this cave, i.e. dungeon, doesn't feel like generic at all. At $16, I would be happy just to play this over and over again. Different dungeons, procedurally generated, bunch of cool loot, never know what you're going to get. But like doing a roguelike where like I picked like a different buff each time I entered, and each time I left I got a different buff that then basically equates to their skill tree. So like every time I go in and do something, I come out with a new thing. And like, look how much replay value you've got here. You know, you could replay what, 3, 6, 9, 12, like 25 times or something. You know, it's quite enticing to have these just unlock as you were playing, rather than me going and unlock them. But it works, you know, what they've done, it works. And I'm not gonna obviously shit on the game for its design choices. It's pretty good. I'm enjoying it. The fun factor is there. I thought that was an enemy. The freaking statue. Alright, here we go. They're coming in. The health damage is quite punishing to start with. Like that one fireball took nearly a quarter health bar. Yeah, that's big damage. There's loads of items in there. Come on, sons. Still coming. I'm just shooting down the hole. Yeah. I think the way I'm feeling about it is when you do like a space travel MMO, I don't know, like No Man's Sky. You land on a planet, you explore the planet. I'm exploring the dungeon. Compare the two. I'm going out, I'm shooting stuff, I'm attacking things, I'm crafting, I'm gathering. In this one, it's like a lot less than that. But it feels like it should have gone along that line where you're going into each dungeon and like exploring, digging up things, opening secret little doors, having like caverns open up, traps, puzzles to solve. This game at the moment doesn't have any of that. It's just literally a shooter. And I think they have kind of missed a trick with that. You know, like you could have made your game quite lengthy and quite expanded, just based on the fact that people need to do certain tasks to get through certain areas. Even if they're a little bit repetitive, you can still just put them in just to give the player something else to do. It kind of feels a little bit shallow, but the overall gunplay and the fun factor and the loot gathering and the fact I think the thing that saved this game for me wasn't the skill unlocks. It was this whole system of being able to like gather better items than what you're already carrying. I think that's pretty much the be all and end all for me. It's the only thing that really matters. So armor wise, we can now go to 18, for instance. Can we sort these? Let's go with auto loot. Can we common or unso? So uncommon, so rare and above. So it'll only auto loot the rare and above items. That's quite a nice touch. Okay, we have mods too. What can we do? Mod an item. Okay, we'll deal with that later because it doesn't tell us how. It's a shame there's no sort button. From what I can see, there's no way to sort your greens, purples and blues and then sort it into how much armor, how much damage and stuff. So there's no like auto sort button, but there is a dismantle. So like for this, for instance, obviously it's crust, but so if I hit dismantle and then just click the items I don't want, then we should get some resources from that steel. Free defense. Okay, good. So how do we activate that? Confirm. That confirm button needs to be under the menu. Why is it all the way over in the right corner? Okay, we're off. Yeah, it's very quiet through here. We've got level 4 enemies now. We need to be a little bit more cautious. If I pause the game, it pauses the actual game, so that's good. And if we go into audio, I just want to look at these sound effects to music right now. So if I just bring this down a bit, music's actually pretty good, so I'm not hating on it. About there. Maybe a bit too quiet. Okay, there you go. And it shouldn't annoy the viewers then. This is where we got oof last time, but we do now have a little bit better gear. Again, kind of like a roguelike. I keep saying it, but that is where that works. Doesn't so much feel anything like an RPG to me at the moment. Feels like a first-person shooter roguelike, which is not a bad thing. Hands down. Trapped in a corner. Nobody puts Shanus in a corner. Okay, these guys are battering me from behind. Ooh, did we do it? I just heard a very suspect click. Let's check it. We're in. Straight away there's a couple of enemies. Yeah, that was cool. Having to redo it was the best bit. Having to lose and then do better next time is the best bit about this game so far. So gloves, wires, we're on 5. We need a new belt. We need new trousers and new boots. What do we have? So level 8 defense, but we need to be level 5 to wear them. There you go, there's the belt. Level 4. Nice. 5 gloves we've got. The hammer is 479. We use the axe instead. 415, we've got 481. So yeah, I can scrap all this stuff. None of this is any good. I'm going to keep the blues because maybe we can sell them later. Obviously, I don't know this, but I'm just going to assume that's how the game's going to work. Cool beans. Maybe do upgrades. What we got? Skills. Let's have a look what we have here. This one's passive skill. Slowly recovers your health. Why have I not unlocked that? That's amazing. Let's go with a bit more armor next time. And also passive skill, increased damage. So more damage and more armor. And I'm unlocking them so quick that the first dungeon seems to be having me at least halfway to the entire skill tree being complete. Now, I don't know if that's going to expand over time, but at the minute, again, it just seems like it should have been done in a roguelike way, where you get those for completing a dungeon, and the dungeons start off really punishing and hard, and then get easier as you go because of the upgrades, which would then make you feel like a bit of a god and a boss. But the progression system's doing it a whole different way, of course, and I think they've taken too much from the RPG genre, not enough from the very popular roguelike at the moment. Okay, this is mental. Look how many things are throwing stuff at me. That's just too many dudes. Got a couple grenades there I'm going to lob out. Okay, we've got 1 of 3 down. Concentrating fire on the boss there. And down. And then it just hits me with a fast travel. This is stupid. Don't do that. Got plenty of time to learn that later. Okay, there was a chest. A bunch of stuff in the chest. Happy days. We've got some greens. No purples or blues. Disappointment. Refill my ammo. Sweet. Don't mind if I do. So this is the fast travel banner. We go back to base and you start it all over again with a new dungeon. I'm assuming we're going to unlock dungeon 2 once we've spoke to a few NPC RPG elements. Then we're going to unlock the next dungeon. So if I go to the map and have a quick look, you can see that there's just 1 chest, 1 dungeon, and then our waypoint, which is properly far away. So I'm just going to click it because I ain't running that. And there you go. We're back to base camp. Then we'll go speak to my man over here who gave us the job in the first place. Tyrone, as he should have been called. There you go. Quest updated. And now we've got a new quest. We go to the map and it's actually here. Talk with Artisan. Artisan, where are you? One of these dudes is Artisan. Oh, hang on. Artisan. Just sitting on a table, looking like a Don Juan. We've just been playing Stalker, and I get Stalker vibes from the way they're trying to do the RPG. But that was 20 years ago. We need voice acting, and we need decent voice acting to make this game really shine. I want to recover mods from an item. I want to wipe mods from an item. I want to improve and repair items. I didn't even know that was a thing. I want something crafted. Let's do that. What can we craft? Rare mod materials. Identification kit. That's the boy. I need citrine ×6. I only have 1. Okay, so that's what we're going to come back and do at some point. Talk to Jericho. Jericho, where are you? Mr. Jericho, man. Jericho's not even on this. He's not in here, is he? Maybe he's moved. Randy. The guy's name's Randy. Where's Jericho? Jericho. Another guy sitting on a table. I'd have to sit on tables. No pews available around here. Right, here we go. Task. Reputation 0 of 1,000. This guy gives us tasks. We complete them. We get more reputation and subsequently earn more XP. So gather 10 tainted shards. Hunt down a scavenger. I want to do all these. I'll have all these. Come on. Come on with it. Okay, I'm only allowed to do about 3 or 5 of those, but I'm fine with that. Report to Tyrone. Let's go. Because I call on Tyrone. There he is. In a very singy mood today. I apologise. Absolutely, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Quest updated. We're looking for the missing scout. He's out here somewhere. Can we ping the map? No. But can we do travel? I just want to go to the area. Let's try. Sweet. Back to Eden's Rest. Now, if I go to the map, we are very close to our waypoint. We just need to head left, essentially. So far, so good. I mean, it's very good for streaming. I feel like it has that sort of interaction where we can talk about stuff as we play. It's not too punishing where, you know, you have to have full concentration. It's got a lot going for it. Yeah, it's kind of nice to play. And I think the only reason I'm going to really get behind this game at this point is just because it's 15 bucks. Like, that is such a cheap price. $16, 15 bucks. It's awesome. Here's some. You know what I'm saying? Know what I'm saying? You gotta know what I'm saying. Otherwise, because I don't know what I'm saying half the time. Get some elk. Get some elk ears out here. It's gonna be hopping all over the place. Okay, sweet. So you do get XP for everything you do in the game, which is a nice touch as well. Right, where we going? So I think we need to go up on this bridge. It says another way round. Let me check it. Oh, go on, son. You can get up that little mountain. Look. But a hump. I'm sure this is where we went, and then we kind of went up and around, didn't we? To get to the dungeon door. Time-wise, I need to keep an eye on time for switching games. So we are at 3. Okay, good. We're 4, 5. So we'll probably switch just after 3. Ah, there we go. This is the way up. I find the game like to be a little bit washed out. It would be nice to have the game a bit sharper and a little bit more distinguished in its shadows and stuff. Again, it's that Unreal Engine sort of blur that everything has. It doesn't look too nice. I don't know, maybe it's just my taste, but it doesn't look too nice to me. Okay, to get to that, how the hell do we get over there? There's no physical path on the map, so I'm wondering if we just run. And then we're just going to get caught in this cavern. Do we have to go through the dungeon and out the other side? Because that's nonsense. This bridge takes us across. Okay, let's have a look. So, if I go back to camp, I'm thinking come out of camp and go from the bridge, like, from that direction, because I don't know. I think I might have muffed up there. That just brings me to Eden's Rest again. What in the world? Head straight. Right, okay, down here. So this should be opening up new map now. Yeah. So we've got to go all the way down here, then head left. Otherwise, it's not going to count. Big damage, big damage. Oh, got him. So the melee's pretty nice as well. I enjoyed that. Let's go. Okay, so head rounds. Ooh. I like the fact that you can interact with all of the wildlife, even though they've done nothing to me. It's quite nice to just, you know, feel like doing something, and you can, whether you want to or not. It's just nice to have the choice. More breakables. We need more breakables, that's for sure. Okay. Yeah, this is the right path. But that is a bit of a trek. I'm sure there's going to be a fast teleport once we get there. But that is definitely a trek. Okay, we've got a bunch of soldiers. Get some. Arr. Here we go. Okay, this is quite a big area here, so there's some stuff to loot, there's items to gather. Definitely take your time in this area if you want to get everything. That's pretty good. I'm going to sort of try and get to the waypoint as quick as possible. I found myself some farmlands. Again, I'm not sure if these are teleportation stations. Seems like they're just points of interest. Map's quite vast, you know, the base map's quite big. Northbury Farmlands. Oh, what was that? I'll grab that as we're there. Okay, we're very much close now. Let's check out these buildings. Ooh, missing scout. Location discovered, 200 XPs. That's a fast travel. Hell yeah. It's teaming with enemies, but it is a fast travel point. I got a venom mod for my gun. Hell yeah. Okay, let me try and find a quiet spot. Back at this building for a minute. Can we have the armor yet? Looks like it. Can be unlocked at level 8. So we're now waiting for level 8, level 10. Character wise, if we just check these weapons a minute, 484. So that's not much of a bonus, but we'll take it. Gloves wise, where's our gloves? Okay, we already had 5. Mods, here we go. So venom mods, let's attach that. Can we just pop it on there? It doesn't seem like any of these weapons are mod capable yet. The mod will be installed on the selected item that you will only be recoverable through the artisan. Okay, so we can't do it from just anywhere. So I guess probably wise, because you know you don't want to put it on a green weapon when you're going to unlock a purple eventually. So maybe just hold on to them for a bit. Loot the body. Okay, I found an oofed man. Search the body, got a report. And there you go, a little bit of RPG element there. So yeah, it's okay. I don't see why a roguelike wouldn't have story to it like that though. Again, I just feel like it should have been a roguelike. Okay, so where's the quick teleport now? Somewhere around here. There we go. Says it's here. Teleportation station. Oh, it's here. Okay, cool. So now we've got a quick travel point, but we've got no agenda. Let's check the quest real quick. Journal. Completed. So I guess we just go back. Reach the Den of the Devils. I've changed my objective there, and that's actually pushing us further now into the middle of nowhere. Let's go. I knew I'd play this game more than I actually wanted to. It's actually quite addictive, and the beginning of the game where you're discovering map areas, you know, unlocking teleportation and actually just leveling up and gaining skills is actually a fun game loop. Yeah, I've got a guy taking shots at us. I don't really want to get too involved with these because they don't have any loot I want. Go up and over. Across the train track there. Okay, we're on the right direction. Again, this is pushing us right out into the middle of the map, so I'm assuming the enemies are going to be getting a bit tougher as we go. Ooh, something's hitting me in the back hard. Right. Grenade out. Boom. He's like, I don't really know what happened. I was just minding my business. Okay, got him. Sweet. And these crafting items are very valuable, so we'll take those as we go. Early game, I think you should be collecting all of these, but at the moment I'm trying not to get too overcumbered with them. I'm going to worry myself because I want to see as much of the game as possible, but you guys definitely starting out should gather absolutely everything that you see. Bruh. Okay, last travel point, which is only around the corner. I must see more. We'll get to the next waypoint, we'll complete the task, and then we'll see what the game has to offer from then on. Some of the sound effects need improving. My footsteps are higher most of the time, 9 times out of 10, than the grenade. I mean, that just doesn't add up right. So if I throw a grenade, I want to hear the grenade go boom, but I don't want to hear my footsteps necessarily louder than the grenade I just threw or the guy that just got oofed, you know. They need some sound balancing in the game for sure. Something I've noticed that as we've been playing. Jump move. I like the fact that I now know how many shots or how long I'm going to hold this machine gun particularly on an enemy to make them explode. So I know that between a Hadouken and me doing a full clip on them, especially if I'm aiming at their face area, they will die before their next Hadouken. I've learnt that just by repetition, right? Playing, sort of figuring it out as we go. So this is where we got oofed. Big damage. I think we probably got oofed because they sneak up on you like that. They are nippy. The AI is pretty good. They do move position. I mean, they're not the best AI I've ever worked with, but they are decent. They are just bullet sponges, essentially. Okay, we've got a question mark, so let's investigate. I think it's this tent. What is it, this? Inspect. There we go. Ooh, what was that? Quest started. I didn't want to start a quest. I didn't agree to this. Hey, Mr. Spirit Man. The spirit is softly weeping. Hello, can you hear me? Right, okay, looked into his eyes and romantically he gave me the next quest point. which is not on the map. Check the journal real quick. So we've got investigate the camp, and we've also got reach the dragon's den, which I want to continue with because I am curious what a dragon's den looks like. I'm sure it's not got Deborah Meaden in it, that's for sure. I'm out. I'm going to take my clam and I'm out. God's sake. The shit people watch on telly, I tell you. And I had to have watched it to know that reference, right? But I kind of caught it when I was down at my mum's. My mum watches a lot of telly, and I, you know, when I visit, I kind of get stuck in front of the telly, eating a Ruby Murray, and saying how disgusted I am that I have to sit and watch telly. Oh. Okay, I'm getting rammed by the rams. Back up off me, bros. You big beaver head. Oh, you chumps. I got beat by wildlife. That's some bullshizzle. Ah. Oh, you like that one? McClam. Where are we? Okay, so we need to go there. Can we fast travel to any of these places? No, we are as close as we can be, but it is just straight, so not the end of the world. Not the greatest thing either. Wait. I've got 12 shots in this gun, so I think it's time to change weapon. There we go. So we're limited to a handgun. I've run out of ammo. I need to find ammo. And no, I know people are going to say, there's ammo right behind you. Look behind you. Yeah, probably. Damn. Okay, this thing literally pumps. Bring it. No wonder they don't give you a lot of ammo. This thing's a beast. Right, special ammo. Okay. So apparently I can't take special ammo. That's my issue. I need a gun with special ammo. I need that sort of ammo. When you fire it, it goes... Fucking special myself. Ba-da-ba-ba-ba. He's loving it. Yeah, this game's alright. I enjoy it so far. It's put a smile on my face at times. It's not the greatest thing since sliced bread, but then it's not the most expensive thing since sliced bread. It's literally 16 bucks. I think in a sale at a tenner, you're going to have a great time with this one. It's a great weekend filler, you know, and it's going to give you something nice to do in your spare time when you want to take a break from your main. It's not too bad. Snakehead Grove. Okay, this is where we got oofed, so we've got to be careful. I've got no weapons other than my melee right now. Got a couple of granadas. There is some chests that I'm missing. Maybe I should go loot those chests, but I just imagine them being heavily guarded. Yeah, look, they're just heavily guarded, so you're just looking for trouble by trying to get out of trouble. I'll avoid that like the plague. Which is quite easy, because, you know, plague's gone. What's with their faces? Oh, they're the special ones. I got you. Right, we're in. Dungeon at the top. Quest updated. Unlock it. I did. Boom. Oh, we're going in. We're going into the den of the evil. Evil of the den. And I've got no ammo whatsoever, by the way. So we are looking to gain some ammo from this guy. Oosh. Punch to your chin. I one-shotted the shiz. Again, over here, what would be nice, because I've got no ammo, would be to pick this exploding barrel up, which he's just done me with, and actually throw it at him. That would be nice. But jumped his move. Slap. Okay, they're not giving out ammo though. That's the problem. It's my problem, but seems like a me issue. Let me go into the character. So if I switch gun, maybe it has different ammo. Hell yeah. Solved that problem. But it's poor. It's poor. I've got ammo, but it is poor. Show yourselves. Okay, we'll go through this dungeon and then we'll sum it up, I think. This is probably going to be my last live for this game until I get to endgame. I do like to come back and do a revisit, and I think this is the revisit of the revisit, because we did the early playtest beta. Okay, this grenade has to help me out. Please kill him. Yes. Well placed. Okay, this ammo don't fit my gun. Let's go back, switch this one out. Just in a rock and a hard place right now. So this defense is actually 12, even though the blue one, that one gives health restored by ether increased. This one gives no buffs, no mods, but it is 12. So we'll probably go with a 12. Do you know what? Melee seems very useful. It's basically a one-shot on those lanky fellows. This room's way too heavy. Heavily guarded for me. There's no ammo anywhere. We've got to go across the bridge. Whoa! Okay, get him to bottleneck. Come behind this rock. Oh. Get some. That's it. They're gonna surround me. Oh. No ammo. We're out of time. I'm gonna have to leave it there. Gonna go back to the safe zone. I'm gonna continue this in my spare time. I'm gonna level my F up. I'm gonna get all of the upgrades and buffs. Game's alright, yes. It's turned my opinion from jumping in. It was kind of dry bread, kind of samey, but okay, right? It's like a $10 game. But at $16, I think it's warranted. It's a fun experience. That risk and reward is kind of there, but not as high as it could be. They could have done a lot more to increase the playability and replayability of this game. I think it's a great weekender, you know, and at $15, $16, that's fine. I think that's about right. So I think they're asking the right price, they're doing the right thing, and they're on the right track. I think they should make more of this, but maybe do a roguelike next time and ask for the same price. Do the same thing, you know. It's a fun, generic first-person shooter. There's nothing wrong with the controls. There's nothing wrong with the gameplay. And I think overall, if we score it on visuals, sound effects, replayability, playability, no glitches and bugs, and fun factor, I would give this a solid 4 out of 5. I think it's a 4 out of 5 because of the price. If it was like $20, $30, then I'd be giving it a 3 out of 5. But it's a 4 out of 5 from me because I do believe that it is value for money. And I think there's a lot here. But you do have to be able to have a system that runs Unreal 5 pretty well. So 3060, somewhere along that lines. It says 2060, but really that's going to chug along. So this game really looks like arse if you don't have everything maxed out. So 3060 on the graphics card, 16 gig RAM, and around what, an AM4 top tier would do you on the CPU. But that's it from me. Thank you for joining me, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye-bye. Right, so we're going to jump onto our second game, guys. Save and quit. Yes. Right. And for those who are curious, we are running Linux all day today. The whole system, the whole live stream, everything's coming to you from Linux, not Windows. Let's jump into Steam, and we'll go to game 2, which is called Surroundead, which is a nice one. Looks actually quite interesting. I'm loving it. Speaking, how dare you? Okay, good. I'm just firing up the game. Give it a moment to pop, and I will get you a picture. Properties. Gotcha. There you go. Oh no, it's Unreal. Now this will be fine because it's a cell shaded, low key Unreal, which it's the best really option for Unreal, to be honest. Here we go. Oh, right. If you've been here from the start, I want to appreciate you making it this far, and I want to thank everybody who's made it in thus far. And if you're now coming in, then I greatly appreciate you as well. Your time is valuable, and I'm glad you're spending it with us. Okay. Make sure settings are looking good. Borderless, high to ultra. FSR is off. I don't see why you'd have FSR on this game anyway. Okay, here we go. Let's adjust some of these. So music. Don't want to get copyrighted to F. Ambience. That should lower the rain. User interface is fine. UI radio's got to be up. Effects wise, we can bring that down a bit. Yeah, okay, good. The visuals are good. Anti-aliasing is high. Again, Ultra is risky in some games because even a game that looks like this, Ultra can overstep the mark and just give like 10 times, 15 times, 20 times the amount, just to make it look really good. But the problem is you don't really notice it. So sometimes you're just really pushing your system and you don't need to. So understanding what does what is quite vital when getting games to run on your systems. Okay, let's jump into Surroundead. Right, guys, thank you for joining me today. Today we're checking out Surroundead. It looks pretty awesome. I keep saying it like that because I can't help myself. It looks pretty good. It looks fun. And it's an open world survival game along the lines of DayZ, but in a third person, isometric, cell shaded type of, polygon-esque environments, which I've not really delved too much into, but I've seen a lot of games adopting this visual style. It is Unreal, but it's still low-key Unreal. And if you turn off motion blur, these games run really sweet, really nice. So definitely able to run it on a potato at low to medium, and most systems will run this on ultra, which we're running on today. So let's have a look. Taking place in a world ravaged by apocalyptic catastrophe. It's the dead reign free and will stop at nothing to oof you. That's not a bad write-up. That's all it says. It's 14,000 positive reviews. People like this one. It came out in 2020, but it sort of found its feet around 2024. So it took about 2 years to really take off, and it's now really doing well, to be honest, for what it is. It's let's check out the devs. So it's the devs' first game, and they are a smallish team. So we're going to judge the game on that. We're also going to judge the game on that this game is a $10 game. I want you to bear that in mind all the way through. $10 is pretty solid. Single player, Steam achievements, trading cards. Hang on, I'm going to sneeze. Breathe, son, breathe. I was going to mute the mic, but I think we're good. Family sharing and playable on the deck. Into the Dead is recommended with this one, and I like Into the Dead, so I'm probably going to like this. Just a spoiler. Let's have a look. So the features boast that it's got open world zombie survival. It's you can travel through devastating post-apocalyptic environments. You can fight zombies, human survivors, and more apparently. So there might be some boss type baddies in this. Vehicles, drivable, and terrain negotiable. What's it called? Negatable. Find many different firearms, melee weapons, clothing types, and equipment to aid your survival. Weather is a day and night cycle with weather effects, of course. By doing activities to improve your abilities and unlock new abilities on the skill tree as you go. And full customization on game difficulty and mechanics. Now, I haven't touched a thing on the game. We are just playing it as a version 7.1 right now, which was sent to me by the devs. So I want to appreciate and thank the devs right there. Let's have a look what so it's 6 gig RAM, it's an i7, and it's a Windows 10 or above. It doesn't say processor, it just says 64-bit. So I'm assuming the processor CPU is not harsh on this game at all. That being said, long intro out of the way, let's just jump in and try and survive. We're going to hit new game and we'll go with, oh, his name's John. Yeah, I'm going to go with John. I like John. His name's Doe. Let's do Doe. John Doe. Very clever. And let's do 40. No, not 400. Let's do 40. Prior occupation. I'm going to say retired. I retired early. So let's do that. Male and skin color. What's okay? So we've got like yellow. Okay, that's some vintage racism right there, boys. You have got white, yellow, and I mean white, right? Like, look at my skin, then look at this dude. You know, John's rocking some parallels, ghostly Casper the Ghost shit. We've got yellow, and we've got blackety black. Well, no, not even blackety black. We've got mocha. We've got mocha coffee. I'm going to go with mocha coffee, and I'm going to go with male hair. Okay, he's got different types of hair. Okay, what we got? So does that include a beard then? No, the beard is separate. We've got different mouths. We've got different beards. We've got different hairs. I like that. Okay, beards. So the beard is like on top of a beard. You have a natural beard. Grey beard, damn. This guy's unfortunate. The goatee. He's rocking a goatee. Moustache. He's not a stan. Someone named John should never have a moustache. Let's go with this, and we'll go with brown. Do we have brown, light brown? That'll do us. That'll do us, boys. Eyebrows, not bothered about. Accessories, what does that mean? Okay, tattoos. So you can have a tattoo. Make yourself look real ghetto, real trailer park. We've got eye bags, we've got freckles, we've got scars. Now, scars I could rock with. Let's go with scar 2. That's kind of on the cheek there. We can rotate the character, so I can kind of show you there. Scar 3. That must be on the other side. Yeah, scar 3. So I don't really rate the scars in this game. I think scar 1's probably the best. It's on the eye there. But it's a little bit too pink. But Julian and Ricky. Oh, what Trailer Park Boys? Yes. We can actually like level this up, right? So we've got war paint. Yeah, my man's looking mean. Look at that. And then the tattoos, unfortunately, I can't really see where they're going. So tattoo 2 doesn't really show up. Tattoo 1 doesn't show up. Can't really see it. You'd think it would be like a sleeve, wouldn't you? So although you can have tattoos, you can't bloody see them. So, I don't know what that's all about. It's going to say none for that one. I am done in the character creation tools. This is the game. I'm just going to hit easy, of course. And then we're going to hit start. There you go. And that's it. I mean, it's a basic character creation tools with very, limited skill sets. But look at this game. It's high def. This game looks, I don't know if it's coming across on stream, but it's like sharp, And I respect that. I could be in this environment all day long. It doesn't matter what it looks like. I don't go for graphics. I go for playability and gameplay and fun. It has to be fun, and it has to just really sell itself, It can be 2D, it can be low pixelated, but as long as it's fun, I don't give a F. Okay, so it looks like our cars broke down. Yeah, we are definitely out of petroleum or something. So we are on foot in the rain by ourselves. I'm feeling it. It looks good. I've got the vibes. It's feeling like Daisy already. We've got a knife. He actually reaches around and grabs it. What's the attacks like? Ooh, you have to right click, then left click to do an attack. So left click must pick an item up or use something. Here we go. We're going to duck it down low because I've already got eyes on a zombie over there. I'm assuming they're called zombies in this game. Let's creep it up. It's beautiful. Yeah, beautiful. They're about to boo me. Here he comes. Maybe we can like get him down low. Get some. First one down. We've got some loot here. We've got dirty water and we've got a plastic bottle. So we'll just take the dirty water. Oh, we can drink it or drop it. I don't really need it, so we'll leave him be. That's actually really good. I'm blown away by how good games that are basically high def PS1 games odd looking nowadays, this is a good place to be. I think games should aim at this. You know, if your game doesn't require, you know, the latest Unreal 5 engine, I think, you know, use the Unreal 5 to help you build and just build like this. This is great. It's low key, awesome. There you go, get some. So every time I'm oofing an enemy, I'm getting XP, I'm getting loot. Pretty standard gameplay cycle right now. Let's get indoors. Now this game can go louder because obviously we've messed with the settings, so maybe I'll turn it up a bit for you. Searching the shelves is basically just a bar going up, so it'd be nice to have some more animations put in there. Money training, okay, can we use that? Inspect or read, let's read it. Reading the book has no effect. Oh, it's an XP multiplier though. Fitness skill until you level up. Toggle to debug. What does that even mean? Okay, toughness. Read. So reading the toughness actually took it away, but reading the... Maybe because I had two of them and I read one, right? So maybe they're now equipped somewhere, but it doesn't actually show me. We've got tab for our inventory. We've got I guess is backpack possibly if I find one. Let's search the fridge. Okay, we've got some items that we actually want here. Consume, drop, or inspect. Okay, can we just double click it and drag it across? Okay, it is a drag. So loot all is on E. But I didn't want the crusty bottle. Okay, I've got a bunch of items here. Sharp blade. Money. Okay, we'll take the money. Not that it's any good to us in this situation. Or situation, if you like. We've got radio. I'm not really sure what that does. We'll leave that be. So basically, I'm looking for a backpack and some better gear. Ooh, gas pump. Search. What could possibly be in a gas pump? Gas. Doi. Okay, so maybe we can like take that. Can we hold it? No, we can only drop it. So I'm assuming like we could fill up these cars. They must be working. Oh, buddy. Zombies are not starting off too tough either, which is nice. Okay, I've got more money. We'll combine that with that. We'll take the phone. The phone is classed as garbage, which it would be in this scenario, right? Cell towers are down. No more TikTok for the whammons. And no more Instagram for the dudes. Research this rubbish. No. Okay, so we'll move on to the next bit. Hopefully I'm not missing anything obvious here. Do we have a map? We do have a map. Oh, it's a DayZ style map. Oh, I hate these maps. So there's no help on here whatsoever, really. Got a few icons, gas station, the valley safe zone. I guess that's where we're heading. Doesn't show us though. Where are we? I guess we're there. Destroyed gas station. Fortunately, it still has some gas. Now, the survival elements of this game, just based on without zombies involved, is food, water, and toxicity, which I assume is like a poisoning or maybe even a radiation. What is that noise? These things have done a runner. What are they running from? Some. Okay, we've got dead deer now. We've got deer head and we've got some meats. We obviously take the meats, which fills up 2 slots, but we can cook that later. Oh, Oh, what in the world is happening here? I don't know what's going on. It's like they're having a dance. I think that might be a glitch. I'll have a bit of that action. Okay, ammunition again takes up 2 slots. We don't have the room. But if we drop the phone, which we know is junk, put the 2 phones together. They're only worth $10. They're not even worth taking, are they? Again, more meat. Consume, or we can... I'm just going to keep stockpiling meat. I'm going to be fine for a bit of grub later. So drop them on top of each other, and then you can drag them over. You can only carry 5 at a time, though. So unless I want to sacrifice money, which I don't, because we may need that later. So far, so good. I mean, it's pretty enjoyable. Aye, aye, you sinners. I find that ducking feels a little bit more like I'm safe. Like they do very little damage to the enemies once you're ducked down. There's another 4 meat there, boys. We need a backpack really bad. Got a camp to my left. Couple zomboids here. Ooh, what was that? Okay, well, there's the radiation now. So basically, he exploded, or something on him exploded, and gave us some radiation poisoning, which is actually draining health, which is not great. Okay, more ammo. I'm optimistic. I'm hoping to find the gun that fits the ammo we've got, and I'm hoping to find a backpack along our way. Okay, we've got rope, notepad, which we can't read, can, random tools, pencil, and a spark plug. Okay. Ooh, new pair of slacks. No stats on them slacks, though. There's nothing telling me whether they've got more armor or more resistance, or, you know, I'm going to be safer wearing them. So I'm just going to rip those up. And then we've got electrical wire, tape, money again, and pencil, and another spark plug. So, meh. Very lackluster so far. A pickaxe, that looks useful. What can we do? We can't move it anywhere, can we? No, we can't even carry it on our back. Equipped. No, it doesn't go. Welder's mask, equipped. Okay, we can have the welder's mask. Let's have a look what we look like now. Yeah, very protected in the chin area. Jump move. So we've only got 62% health right now. So we do need some health gains at some point. These vehicles are crusty and rusty. They're not moving anywhere anytime soon. Let's check the map real quick. It does kind of seem like we're moving up, but we're sort of unlocking them as we go. Possibly I'm moving in the wrong direction. Okay, the zombie saw me because obviously I was sprinting. I can't get in the vehicle. We can climb on top of it. Will he come up? No. Getting no damage. Okay, now we have a rifle. Okay, now we're talking. We've got dirty water. Let me drink that. It gave me 10%. And we now have a rifle. Sweet. Let's switch it out. Let's reload it. We've got 6 bullets, so that the ammo we're carrying actually fits. It only, for some reason, holds 2 at a time. But yeah. So far, so good. John Doe is on his way. I'm just thinking, like, if we head down, if we're going the wrong way, we should end up at the safe zone, which hopefully gives us a backpack. Okay, what's this here? Looks like it could be interactable. No, it's just a bush. Yeah, so visually it works for me. Playability is working for me. It's interesting. It's an environment that is not a 5-minute playthrough. You're going to have to put at least an hour a game into this. You can easily survive for that long. It doesn't seem too punishing unless you set it to hardcore settings. This is the base settings right now. And I mean, between pickups and zombies and investigation, we haven't really taken much damage, about half a life bar, which seems like I can fix that because I do have bandages. So if we use a rag, yep, that's now gone up by 4%, and it looks like stamina goes up as well when you do that. So if you were being hunted or chased, you can actually get a little bit more sprint off of that one. Although it could have just been because I stood still and used the bandage. So bear that in mind. Learning as we go. Again, it's one of those games like DayZ. Once you drop in, you just get lost in the world. And even if you fumble or falter, it's still fun. Okay, right. We've got a rifle. Let's get a pop shot. One-shotted. Okay, we can't get a reload on that. Why is it not reloading? Okay, apparently we can't reload. The little pop noise he makes when he dies is pretty awesome. So this knife is 16 by 17. We've got 17. We'll leave it be. John Doe's gone Rambo. Yeah, I can't seem to reload now. So I don't know what's going on with my ammo there. Maybe it just had 2 with it. And the ammo we're carrying. No way did I use 2 boxes of ammo. Okay, I've got 45 ammo from him. That doesn't fit. Oh, we're back to the knife. But still, the gunplay was fine. It worked well. I like the fact we can just one-shot. Oh, hello. Okay, now we've got every ammo we could possibly conceive of. So we'll take the rifle ammo. We've got 5x5, 12 gauge, 7x6. Okay, that's just a pure ammo catch there. Let's reload. Yeah, decent animation. More ammo there. Okay, we are rocking it. And I guess that's just because these are police cars. And police cars have high ammo. Again, we've got bandage. We'll go ahead and use one of those. Take back the one we used before. Why is it not stacking? There you go. Use cigarettes, random tools, bunch of junk. Post-it notes. What the hell? RAM? That's got to be worth a pretty penny nowadays. DDR5 is through the roof. Aha, what's this? Sleeping bag. Place. Okay, cool. We've got oil. We've got can that's empty. We've got some more money, of course. Clipboard. I've almost earned a week's wage running around. So the sleeping bag, it says it's too early, go sleep. So basically, can we pick that back up? Oh, I like this. So to go through the cycle the options, I'm just running the mouse wheel through that. Set a spawn point, that. Oh no, don't do that. F. There you go, spawn point set. Pick up, move. Okay, that's good. So you can actually take it with you. You can set it as a... Whoa. Dude. Mother. Because I shot by accident, he heard. He came for us. Okay, that's impressive. They're aware. Okay, so we've got 57 health now. We took a little bit of a beating there in the back, Jack. John Doe is not feeling himself. I'm going to try and reserve my ammo and go with the knife, because we don't do too bad with the knife. We've got searchable there. Okay, new pair of pants. We've got a new top. Equip that one. Why was that not equipped? $20. One I'm wearing is only 10. Rip the clothes. Okay, just rip them. Lip eye stocking. Okay, fishing rod. That sounds like we need that. There you go. Fishing rod goes down in the bottom now. Just behind my back. Broken glass. Another sleeping bag. Toilet roll. Dirty water. I'll take the bandages. Oh my god. There was one on the floor. Nice. I didn't even see him coming. I just heard someone heavy breathing. Okay, good. Use a bandage. Maybe 2 of them. So it's about 10% per bandage, if I'm honest. Food, we're at 74%, and water, we're all good, because I keep drinking that dirty water. It doesn't seem to affect me yet, but I think we've just been getting lucky, to be honest. Going to steal the lockpick. That's obviously going to be useful. Here's the items we left behind. So cloth and... Okay, that's nice. I like the way they do that. So if you rip an item, it doesn't stay in the inventory. It falls on the floor. Ooh, bottle of alcohol. We can't drink it, unfortunately, but we can take the tuna. We might as well consume that. So 74. Let's see how much that'll give us. I need a can opener to eat it. That's ridiculous. There's the can opener. So basically, if I take this tuna and put it there, take the can opener, and then maybe go to consume, now I can consume it. So you have to have a can opener tool in your inventory at all times. And I think that's going to be a trend. I think there's going to be a lot of items you're going to have to actually carry to do many jobs, which a backpack, again, is what we're failing to find at the moment. This game has to have space for a backpack because there is so many vast boxes there with nothing in. Okay, I got a knife. Move on. What's in the box? New trousers. We'll rip those. Toughness, volume. Okay, we'll read that. There you go. Level up, and I've got a skill point. And you can read it a second time, but it doesn't really count. Look at them trousers. I thought we ripped them. Lip my stocking. Let's go. Where's my inventory? Okay, crafting. Here we go. So we've got rags that we can make and stuff. We've got what's in the vicinity. Required. Blue cloths. Loot. Okay, I'm really not seeing the skill tree. So maybe it's on character mode. Hang on. It's got to be another screen. Oh, hello. Okay, baseball bat. Where does that go? Equipped in the baseball bat does not work. Repair the weapon. Nope, still can't have it. Flashlight. Okay, we can have the flashlight. And the top's about the same as the one we've got. And then we've got these rags now, which are cloths. We go to crafting, go to vicinity. We need one more of those. This is kind of reminding me of Scum. So as you go to the vicinity, for instance, and then you do this, and then you go, like you have to put it in your inventory sort of thing, and then rip it into bits, and then you have to drag it over to them cloths to then make a bandage. Like it gets a little bit complicated in that regard, but it's okay. It seems fine. I can deal with that. It's not an inconvenience. It's just a choice that the devs have made that I'm not so keen on. Okay, we've got the red shirt. So again, we'll rip that. We've got Fireman's axe. That's got to be worth having. Like if I take out the knife, does that then let me have the axe? Yes. Okay, that's 31 damage now we do instead of 17. The cloth I've got no room for. Flare round. Okay, good. Now we've got a bit more reach with our melee. Okay, another axe. That's got 100% durability. Mine's got 100%, so I'm not going to switch that out. Just going to rip all of these up as we go. Secure container. Okay, that should give us some more inventory slots. There you go. Put my meats in there. Put my ammo in there. That's my meats and ammo and water storage. Hell yeah. What else can we put in there? So we've got GPS. That could help. Can we fit that to our person? We can. A bit of canned beans. I've got some beans. Okay, we're doing well now. We're actually flying. Let me do a little save up in here. Sweet. No save slot currently selected. Why not? Oh, do I have to name it? Venus. No, it was named John Doe. Let me do John. John 1. Save. Okay, that's nice. You can just save it anywhere. What happened? I went into my inventory. I'll come out. It's pitch black. Okay, flashlight with one what button? Let's have a look. Settings, controls, flashlight. I'm going to quick key this once I find it. Melee, sidearm, primary, toggle tactical weapon attachment. There's quite a few buttons here. Flashlight, there we go. So it's on L. I think possibly it needs a battery. It's coming up as no battery. Oh dear. I can't see. I literally can't see now. I don't know what to do. I cannot see. This game is dark on the scale of darkness. Wonder how long the day and night cycle is. We can just keep looting though. Seems pretty quiet here. There's no enemies. Okay, good. Again, rip. Toothbrush. What else we got? Charcoal tablets. We're probably going to need those. More ammunition. Toilet roll. I keep going to take it and I don't know what it does. More ammunition there. Some more there. Da-di-da-di-da. Let's go vicinity. So all of this can be dropped on the floor. There's no drop all button. So you can only really drop like these things, let's say, that you might need. And then when you go vicinity, they'll show up there. So if you go to crafting and then, so basically you've got 2 layers of each menu, which is quite nice and probably quite nice, even better once you get used to it. So I can make rags right now. So I'm going to craft myself some rags. We've got XP for crafting rags. And then I guess they go, do they just go into my inventory? What happened to those? So go to equipment, go to rags, vicinity. But it doesn't turn the cloth into rags. I don't know what happened now. So it said I did it. I think it's just gone into there. I think we didn't have any rags. Now we do. It wasn't as obvious as it should have been to tell me what is happening there. So I kind of like, we did the crafting, but it didn't really give us any notifications other than well done, you've done that bit. So we've got some clean water, which we do need to drink one of. Then we're going to take the spare, drop the empty bottle. Nobody wants that. There's actually a water jug as well. So if I move this across, I can take the water jug, eat the foods, and now we're good. We're at 100% across the board. And that was because there was a fridge upstairs. Yeah, so just found myself a sawn off shotgun, boys. I'm gonna pop that in there. That goes as secondary as well. Come on, boys. That's sick. Okay, so where does this go? So I've got a gas mask. It can be equipped, but maybe because I'm wearing the welder's mask, the gas mask cannot be equipped. Radiation protection. Welder's mask just gives me no protection from the look of it. So I'm going to go ahead and put the gas mask on instead. There's a skirt that I will rip. Lip thy skirt. Random tools. And that's about it. Now if I go for vicinity and go to crafting. It's 2 bandages per one. Okay, good. So let's move. The dawn is starting to come. So the night cycle is actually really kind of calm. I could take a toilet break and it would be probably dawning the sun by the time I got back. So that's not actually too bad. I don't like games that have a long night cycle. My TV is very dark. My monitors are not great, and I always get a little bit salty when they do that. It's not my favorite mode to play in. 9mm ammo. Everything else kind of sucks. What can we do with the alcohol? Can we do anything with this? No. Okay, good. So I want to just jump out of this window because obviously that's where the light source is coming from. But unfortunately, I think we'll get oofed if we do. So I've got to go the long way round in the dark. Being that they gave me a torch with no batteries. You know, jam, no jelly. Ham, no burgers. Speaking of which, I just found a microwave. Nom noms. We've done the fridge. What's this one over here? Okay, trash bag. We've got another secure box. Can we have 2 lots of that? Go to equipment, and no, you can only have 1 lock box, which is a bit of a shame. If we open it, it has nothing inside. Do you know what would be good? Putting a lockbox inside a lockbox. How many slots do we get out? 2, 4, 6, 8, 10. 2, 4, 6, 8, 10. So it takes, what's this? 4 to get 10 slots. Gains a 6. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to put my meat here. I'm going to put my bullets there. Now I'm going to take the lockbox, put the lockbox in my inventory, then open that up. And then I'm going to put the meats in the lockbox, and I know, mind blown. And then put the ammo in there, right? So something I don't need quickly, i.e. money. I don't know why I've got an empty can. That can bugger off. And again, this water supply, you know. And that's it. Put the lockpick in there too, maybe. Oh, actually, the pills. We don't need the pills straight away, so we're going to put them in there. So now I've got a gain of 6 slots on a 4-slot storage. So that's actually worked out really well. I'm happy with that. Put the lockpick down. We have a full storage at the top there. Unfortunately, every time I want to like get money now, so I've got to open this one up, move it across a little bit, and then like drag the money into there. So that's a little bit cumbersome. We've got some nifty trainers. These boots are $15. The trainers are $15. But I feel like wearing those. So we'll take the old crusties off, put the new ones on. We can take some ammo just for the sake of it now. And again, oh, that's nice. So you can just drag to this. You don't have to open it every time. They've actually pre-thought out that, so that's fine. Well done, devs, on that one. So if I did find money next time, I'll just drag it to the orange lockbox and away we go. So we've got a tent here which can be placed. So we're going to go ahead and put that there. Now I'm assuming the tent comes with, yeah, sleep and interact. So interacting with the tent is basically storage, which is sick. If we need to sleep, which we don't, we would have the option now. We've also got camera, we've got one man's trash. So we've now gained another skill point. We've got some scrappage there. The reason I'm taking the scrap metal is because I've already seen that we can use that. Read the book, gain more XPs. Gunpowder, that's a new one. 12 gauge ammo. I'm not planning. Well, I don't know. Does this take 12 gauge ammo? So shotgun shells, 15 per thing, 12 gauge ammo. So really we want to drop this one, take the 12 gauge. Yeah, boy. So crafting, I noticed here that we need scrap metal plus wood. And then we can make a makeshift splint, which is if you fall from a high place, or maybe you're just running and something attacks you, you can damage your ankles, you know, and wrists. You'll need a splint to stop that. So that's what I'm planning to do with that. We now got an axe, so we can probably go and chop a tree down. And again, this is all assumptions, right? This is something that game devs need to get right, where the player assumes he can do something and then he tries it, and if he can't do it, it sends to break the immersion. So if you should be able to do it, and the game devs have got the effort, skill, talent and time, they will allow you to do it, you know. I'm hitting the tree. It's dark, you can't really see, but I am. See if the tree comes down and produces wood. There you go, trees come down. Does it produce wood? Do I have to produce the wood? Okay, it doesn't seem like you can interact with the tree once it's down, which is weird. Maybe if we do vicinity. No, there's no tree to chop up there. I mean, oh no, just gone straight into my inventory. Okay, that's... Oh, that feels a little bit like we could have done more. Do you know what I mean? I wanted to chop that tree up. So maybe if it like went into the vicinity and then you have to then right click and then chop. And it's just a little bar that shows you it chopping. Just something to sort of give it a bit more interactiveness. So we can now make the splint. There you go. I've made the splint. Crafting items have been given. Now they've done. So let me move this across to the vicinity. Where's my splint gone? Loot. Crafting. It said I made it. I got XP for it, but I'm not seeing it. Let me drop that. Drop that. Go to craft. Go to splint. Maybe drag these in. No. Oh, they're there. Okay, so makeshift splint. We have now 3 of those, which is sick. I'm going to keep the metal because that seems like the resource we're going to need the most, but I will drop the wood at some point. For some reason, it seems like it's gotten darker. I don't know why. Yeah, let's keep rolling. We'll stay to the road here so I can kind of figure out where we're at. Okay, these are more vicious at night, obviously. Got the old red eye glow. Love the fact I've got my white pumps on. I can see myself running easily. Let's go map. Okay, so now with the GPS and things unlocked, you can see there's a lot more going on here. You've got custom markers. You can mark pretty much anything you fancy. You've got directions to head in. You've got points of interest. You've got camp. You've got no-go areas. You've got fence panels, whatever that means. You can change the color of each one. And you can definitely mark out whatever you want. You can even change the size of the icon you're putting down. That's really cool. You've got zoom in and out of the map. You've got drag around as well once you're in now. Yeah, this map's really good. It's really... And again, because it's single player, you do it at your own time. Create your own adventure, make your own fantasy, and I think that's where this game's selling point is. Okay, good. What else we got? Where's that GPS? There it is. So what do we do with the GPS? Inspect. $30. I guess it just like works on the map, right? Like there's no way of bringing it. I think it's this, like military airdrops. Hell yeah. So if I want to mark the military airdrop, I'm going to grab the X. How do we plonk that down? Toggle, zoom, drag map, double click GPS. There you go. So I've marked the military airdrop there, and now we're going to head off into that direction. Even though I'm running the wrong way. That was a complete fluke because I couldn't see the enemy. Okay, now we're going the right way. It's so dark. Basically like a black screen for you guys, I'm sorry. The day will dawn soon. Okay, this is where the military airdrop is. But I can't freaking see it. A little bit too far. Okay, we've got daylight coming. And there it is. Okay. Military airdrops are a definite. There's our backpack we've been looking and craving. There we go. We've got a bunch of slots now, and we're going to replace our secondary for that absolutely Goliath of a machine gun. I will inspect that so you guys can see that a bit clearly. You can actually rotate it as well, by the way, which is really good. You can zoom in, but you can't really like resize the box, but you can move it, which is greatly appreciated as well. Yeah, I think the devs are onto the right track with this one. It's just a really fun, expanding game as you go. I'm having a great time with it. Does this fit anything? Can we take that? I don't think it fits. Military boots? Hell yeah. Take off the Guffin trainers, you know, the Sadidash tracksuit matching trainers. We'll take the clip, of course, and we will take the magazine and the ammo. Gas can. Oh, I've got a small clip there as well. Okay, awesome. So that is the go-to for me. The game looks great. The weather effects are pretty awesome. They're affecting the screen, screen space, atmosphere going on. And we've got a bunch of lighting effects and stuff happening in a very low poly world, which I think works, personally. Yeah, this is cool. So let's check out our new gun. Can we reload it? No mag. Okay, where's the mags? Does this fit? Nope. So they gave us an awesome gun with no magazine that fits. Typical. I see how they roll. They give us a really awesome military look, but no way of implementing it at all. Okay, so we still don't have eyewear, accessory or gloves or body armor, which is a major. So probably just going to head to another military drop. We have a blue one here, which is a food drop. Ah, there we go. We're going to click the X again. And we're going to drop. We cancel this X off. How do we do that? Trying to hold Alt and stuff. Maybe put. Oh, if you change the color, maybe. GPS, add marker, double click. But then I want to get rid of this one. Okay, I'm not sure how to get rid of a marker. Drag map, zoom map, when required. Okay, they need to have one in there to get rid of markers, to clean up. It doesn't show you how, so I don't know how. I'm sure there is a way, but it doesn't tell me. So I'm just going to roll on to the next section. I'll do a hard left here. Okay, awesome. Okay, so at this point, I think I'm going to switch to the controller just to see what it feels like and whether it just works out the box. So we're going with the 8-bit DO controller. It's just the S3, I think it's called. It's coming straight away. It's working. The right stick is a little bit sensitive, but works. Okay, switching weapon is on top triggers. And attack. Attack is on left and right triggers, because you have to hold one to attack with the other. He really swings that axe, look. Timbo! So going into your menus, just select. Pretty simple stuff. It seems like they've got the right ideas. Start pauses the game. Sprint is hold left stick down. Yeah. It works. Let's try gathering something from inventory. So what is F? Ah, we can just do it that way. So vicinity. And you can see how sensitive this marker is. It's spinning all over the place. So yeah, it does work. I don't think I personally, I mean, maybe if I adjusted it up, I'll probably use it. But for me, I think you can't beat the mouse and keyboard for ease of access in this environment. You know, it's fine when you're playing the game, but if you're going to be gathering items and stuff, I do feel like, you know, you really do want just to be able to drag and drop. Now, I've just filled this entire backpack up with goodies. So let's see if we can bring up a character screen. I've pressed C, I've pressed P, I've pressed I, none of which do anything. Let's have a look in the controls real quick. Drop menu, split screen, vehicles, or vehicles, binoculars, zoom. I'm looking for something that's going to give us like an upgrade screen for our character. Sprint toggle. Oh, nice. We've got toggles. Okay, sweet. Even better. Melee toggle as well. That's great. I don't know about melee toggle because you hold to aim and then you shoot. So I'll probably leave that one off. Sensitivity multiplier is what's probably causing that right stick to drift. Controls. Here you go. Look. Da, da, da. Toggle again. Quick bars. Oh, okay, where's the upgrade screen? Unless they just give you upgrades automatically, but that's... Can't see it. And that's baffling because they keep giving us XP upgrades, but what is that affecting? Because we're not seeing a character screen here. Feel like there should be, and there probably is. I've just got to find it. Ah, U. What a shit button. Okay, U. So let me go back and change that. So So we'll look in here for the letter U. As we couldn't find the category itself. What a load of nonsense. It's not even now. Y takes off the inventory, which is nice. User interface disappears. You can take... Is that first person? Holy shit. Okay, we've got to go through these. Finding all sorts. It now doesn't pop up. What the hell did I press? E, Y. I swear it was you, but... L. Ooh. Yeah, and I hit it. Maybe it was J. Okay, it's J. J for confusion. Where are you, J? There you are, J. So my secondary for J will just be my mouse button. Boom. Okay. Jesus. Okay, we found the character screen, which I've been looking for. So it gives us skills, quests, and info. I didn't even know we had quests, to be honest. So it just says get to the safe zone, which we haven't even done. I've played this entire game today and not done a quest at all. Okay, so we can just click on these and they will just activate as we go. And then when you run out of points, it tells you. Very simple stuff, but that's going to help us to no end. We obviously have our sleeping bag there, which I assume if we sleep, once it's night time, gives us health back, but I can't guarantee that because I haven't tried yet. The safe zone is just over here, but we do have to go through primary infestation. But if I stick to the road, we should be fine and head off to the right. Goody goody drum drops. And we'll do this for about half an hour. You know, I'm going to pick up the loot drop. I'm going to go to the safe zone, complete my first quest. And I think that's good enough for the first impressions. I think this should be a series. You have to let me know. Like the video. Leave a comment. You know, interact with it. Lots of watch time. Lots of views. And I will just go and do the series. But it does need... I do need to know what people want to watch. So if you like this game, you definitely like the video and all that good stuff. And we'll come back and do more with a little bit less fumbling around and a little bit more on the fun emphasis, because I will play this game on the back end. F is not now searching, unless we've already searched that one. That's what it is. Yeah, that's what it is. Okay, that looks cool. Okay, we've got a blue flare over there, which I assume is a new drop. Okay, good. The safe zone is slightly... Do you know what? The map's misleading. The map gives you this impression that it's very far away, but it's not. It's literally closer than you expect. So nothing in the game is too much hassle just to be on foot. Your stamina bar lasts quite long on basic settings. You can obviously tune the entire game to your liking, which I think we'll do if we start a series. We'll tune it so that my XP goes up fast, my combat is punishing, you know, nighttime is as least as possible, hopefully. And yeah, we'll tune it really to my likings so we can just go in and like almost story tell an adventure. Because this is the type of game I think that is. It's like DayZ. We're kind of telling a story as you go. It's got enough randomness to keep you on your toes, but also has familiarity every time you jump in. Okay, this is where we want to be. So now we should have some ammo. No mag found. I think we've got the ammo. Yeah, it's this ammo type here. But we need a mag for it. What about the shotgun? Okay, we do have ammo for the shotgun. Nice. We're approaching a safe zone. Get some. It's a pump, so it's not even a 2-shot. It looked like a sawn off, but it's actually not. Got myself some more meats. Again, if I just double click this, or loot all even, there you go. And then we go back in, we can see that the only meat that didn't go into my box was the one that I couldn't fit. And I don't want the head. They can keep the head. Don't know why I'd want that. I'm sure it has a purpose. Okay, so this is the safe zone, i.e. the camp. Oh, I've gone in the water. Bear with. Okay, right, so there's some things I want to show you just briefly. If I hit T, we can go first person mode. So you can actually play the game like this if you really fancy it. You can bring out the shotgun in first person, you can aim down sight, you can pop shots. You've also got, if you come out of T, you can go into Y, which hides your entire inventory. Sorry, your user interface will be toggled. So you can actually run around now with no user interface and make the game look very immersive. And obviously when you want to bring it back, you just hit Y, it comes back. So T and Y can be first person with no interface whatsoever. I mean, how cool is that? Just something I've discovered pressing load buttons trying to find other things. Okay, good. I just wanted to point that out. And also we now have swim. So we jump in the lake. We can now swim underwater, gather items, do all that cool stuff. You are limited, of course, by how much you can breathe. But yeah, it works well, looks good. Yeah, let's get into the safe zone. Going in with empty hands, just in case I threaten anybody. The Valley of the Safe Zone, here we go. So now our quest should have updated. Everybody's chill in here. A lot of resources just laying about as well that we can probably salvage. Just going to see if we can craft anything now. Okay, so we've got a workbench. Planks of wood we can make with our wood. There you go, I made a plank. Don't know what we want a plank for, but I can make them. So just proving a point that crafting does work pretty well. And it's totally possible once you get back to base. We've got cooking, so we can cook our meats. Let's take our meats and pop them in now. Where does that go then? So pop that up. I'm trying to figure out what's what. So this is, oh, cooked meat. Raw meat. So you have to select what you do up here, then drag your items in. A little bit cumbersome, but it does work. So you can only cook one at a time, I think. Item prepared, giving me 70 XP a time. And you'll see that the cooked meat above is actually increasing. Not the best way to do cooked meat in a game, especially a survival game at all, but it does work. It's just a little bit sort of over complicated and a bit cumbersome. So now we've got cooked meat, go ahead and eat one of those. And I could do with some water, so let's see what it takes to make water. So we do have a jug. I'm going to drag that jug over here, and we're going to do, why is that not taking that? Jug of water. Dirty bottle. This one. Oh, because I've already got one. I think that's to make one, right? My brain hurts. Okay, let's drink from this. 100% water, of course, and let's eat another meat. And we'll stack those. Okay, good. So we're fully fed, we're fully watered, we've got full radiation gas mask on, and we're in a safe zone, completed the task. So if I go in and check out the... Let's have a look real quick. Where's the quests? Quests. Quest log. Safe zone. To do. So that's it. I've completed the quest. We've done everything we want to see and do today. We've run out of time, unfortunately. Let's save our game as John 1. Now, if you want to see more from John, definitely hit up the like button. Definitely leave me a comment. Let me know what you think of the game. Is it your cup of tea? Do you own the game? Have you played the game? How do you feel about it? And I want to thank the devs for sending out the game code. It's a real good one. And it's one that I'm going to be playing on the back end low key. So we do play DayZ and games like this, so it does fit into our category very well. And I do thank the devs for taking the time to check out our channel and see that, you know, what games fit our genres and send us ones that are actually appropriate, which is really handy for me scaling through a bunch of emails of games that we just would never play. So thank you very much, and I want to thank everybody for their time. I know your time is valuable. Thank you for spending it with us, and until the next one, I'll see you on the rerun. Bye-bye. Okay, there we go, boys and girls. We are done. That was a cool game. I like that. For real, for reals. So for those who are interested, we did host the entire live stream today on Linux, and everything seems to be pretty good. I'm going to check the recording, and I'm going to look at the clips for quality improved from yesterday. But I do want to thank everyone for bearing with this week, just while we get things sorted and sort of tweak things. The mic, i.e. needs a little bit of a tweak, and maybe some of the stuff on the camera and stuff could be doing with a little tweak here and there. But overall, I think we're good enough. And I think we're just going to continue as we are now. So less hassle, more funds. So we're back tomorrow. Definitely join us. We're doing Human Z all day. So that's 4 hours of Human Z progression. Definitely worth hanging out and checking out. Easy one to talk to your viewers. So, you know, more interactive chat would be awesome because I've got time to talk to you. And that's about it. I'll see you tomorrow. Take it easy. Look after yourselves. Have a great evening, day, or morning, depending on where you are. And I'll see you tomorrow. Bye-bye. Ooh.